The largest assembled collection of Ronald McDowell artwork is on display here. Tourists from everywhere visit this place to connect with Alabama's musical treasures. Ronald McDowell is the official artist for the Alabama Music Hall of Fame.
The portraits are absolutely wonderful. They are a very important part of what we do because you have to honor your inductees in a special way. And what better way than having a portrait made of them? And each one of them, they have their own personality, but yet they blend together and make the gallery room just a beautiful room to showcase these artists. And there's not a person that doesn't come in that doesn't say, wow, when they see them.
In 2006, he was awarded an honorary doctorate, and since then he has been Dr. Ronald McDowell. He has captured on canvas the most iconic celebrities in the world, and he gets just as much joy when he paints or draws everyday people. If you think he's bitter from all the pain, wrong. And if you think he's big-headed from all the praise, wrong again. He's the nicest guy with the kindest heart, and he wants all children to have what he missed as a child: acceptance, approval, encouragement. Recently, he was a special instructor assigned to two classrooms. In this class, he used numbers to inspire creativity. And in this class, geometric shapes.
Now I want you to come in the middle and do the same thing. Triangle first.
This 7 morphed into this. 100 morphed into a cartoon character. And this elaborate art started as the number 12. He was part of a teaching unit that integrated math and art into curriculum for 7th and 8th grade students attending middle school in Tuskegee.
I actually enjoy this art class because he talks to us more about art. He tells us about life lessons, and he teaches us how to draw. No matter how bad we draw, he tells us there's no mistakes in his art class. And he teaches us like everything we need to know. And it's a once in a lifetime experience.
This has been very fun. It's exciting and very exquisite for me because he taught us how to draw things that I never knew I could draw. He taught me I had an inner gift that I didn't know I had.
Students in the other class also graded him A+.
This is all I'm looking for. It's very simple. See, little China? Very simple. See, you can use texture like what I'm doing.
It has meant a whole lot to me that Mr. McDowell would come and spend time with us to teach us his art and make us and help us improve.
Because the first time I seen something he drew in sculptures and stuff, I was like, wow. It like really blew my mind.
And I was really thinking about taking art because there's many careers out there that you could actually do to achieve something in life with drawing.
I think that every child who's born in the world, because they come from God, and God was the first artist and the greatest artist, he instills a little bit of that art that comes through him to every child. But as we grow older, we get nervous and start thinking, well, I can't draw this, I can't do that. You know, people tell you you can't do this, you can't do that. So the first thing I teach when I'm teaching art is to eliminate the element of fear.
And though he was once starved for love, this is no longer true. He has genuine friends, ardent admirers, and great relationships with his sisters and brothers.
And my family embraced me as I got older. And when they saw that I was serious, they began to get more serious. And when Michael Jackson called me and asked me to help him with some work on Thriller, then it changed everything. In the neighborhood, the word got out. My mother, who he talked to and called about 5 times trying to get me involved, she started looking at me and my work a little differently, and so did my family. But I want to just say something. My family was a very good family. They are a good family, and they're always supportive of me. And right now, though I'm not in California with most of them, they know where I am. We talk almost every day on the phone. We keep in contact with each other. We love each other. My mother was a very good mother, and she instilled in us, and she made sure that when we got older that we would take care of each other. She taught us that all we had was each other, and that's why she taught us to love one another, and we still do.
My name is Dr. Tookie Taylor, and I'm a huge fan of Dr. Ronald McDowell's artwork. I'm wearing a jean outfit that he painted for me several years ago. I wear it when he goes to do art shows sometimes to market for him.
When he was 6 years old, he sold his first art for 5 cents. It was an illustration of Mickey Mouse. Today, he is a master with phenomenal skills, invited to teach art at prestigious Tuskegee University. He also was chosen by Birmingham stakeholders to sculpt a statue honoring Nina Milianico, a pioneer in the fields of law and city government. Miss Nina also was a champion for civil rights. And in Montgomery, where Dr. Martin Luther King led a ministry and a movement, there is no statue of Dr. King. But there will be a magnificent statue honoring this civil rights leader after Ronald McDowell moves from sketch to sculpting.
I believe Dr. McDowell is not only well suited, he is the only person suited in my mind at this time because, for one, the gift that the Lord has blessed him with. I know Dr. McDowell personally, and I'm very honored to know him because not only does he have a gift, he's the one who freely uses his gift. And you can feel the compassion and the passion he has in utilizing his gift. I'm excited about that because oftentimes you can tell a store-bought cake from a homemade cake. I believe we're going to get a homemade cake when it comes to what he's doing because he's going to put a lot of love in it, and he has the gift to do it. And I've often heard people say, I've got the gift and I've got to use it. Well, he's one of those person who has that gift, and not only does he have to use it, he has been using it for a long time. He's a very gifted person, and I can see in his spirit he's a very loving person, and he would give to a project such as this the passion necessary in order to make sure that we do it right.
The statue will stand at the Legacy Center near Dexter Avenue King Memorial Baptist Church, which is close to the state capitol in Montgomery.
And what better place to place this memorial than in front of a place where there was a movement back during that time, and now we're moving toward something that we call the Forward March movement.
People get ready, there's a train a-coming.
As an artist, he's right up there with the very best. His pencil illustrations are incredibly lifelike. His portraits are museum quality. His whimsical artworks have a style that's pure Ronald McDowell. His montages blend multiple images into a single painting. He uses brushes, paints, and palettes to tell complex stories on canvas. His abstract art is also amazing. He designs commemorative coins, and with his busts and statues, he ensures that sacred history is preserved forever. Hard to believe he started life in poverty and despair and has come this far. He's a national treasure with a stunning body of work that commands attention and has earned for him respect.
You know, when I was coming up, I had offers to sing for record companies. I had offers to model, offers to act. But I thought that art was so important in the African American community that I was willing to sacrifice all my other talents that God had endowed me with for the arts, for the visual arts, for the paintings, the sculpturings, the visual arts, as I said. And I would want everyone to know that art is important because it tells a story of who we are, and it tells a story of who I am, and it tells that story for time indefinite because people treasure art. I treasure art. I love other artists' work. It inspires me still today. And I made those sacrifices for that reason. that I wanted my art to be the most important thing and the legacy that I can leave behind. Once I'm no longer here on earth, once that I've transpired to another realm or another place that God has for me, I hope that one day that young people all over the world will embrace African American artists such as myself, just as they have other artists such as Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Salvador Dali, Picasso, Renoir, Rembrandt, and Vincent van Gogh. And when I say these names, everybody in the world know them. But when you mention people like Romare Bearden, or you mention Sergeant Johnson, or you mention Jacob Lawrence, my students that I teach have no idea of who these artists are. Of course they're African American artists. I hope that with my work, that people will look at the work that the artists are doing, the contemporary artists that are doing in my day and age, and say these were artists also, and they were great artists. And I hope that my artwork leaves a legacy for people to understand who I was and who the people around me were, and what affected my life and my culture, and helped to shape me as the artist that I have become. And I hope that young people remember that it's not what you gain from the world, it's what you give the world that really counts.
But while a voice within me cries, I'm sure someone may answer my call, and this bitter earth, yeah, this bitter earth may not be so bitter after all. Heaven only knows. Lord, this old bitter earth yes can be so cold. Today you are young, too soon you're old. But while a voice within me cries, I'm sure someone may answer my call, and this bitter earth, ooh, may not be so bitter after all. Lord, this old bitter earth yes can be so much too soon. You're old, but while